Alright, welcome back to the channel. I'm going on to part 2 today. So today we're going to be trying to get this door open. It's been bothering me. I cannot get this door to open. So no matter how hard I push it, the door will not come open. So today we're going to get the door card off on the inside of the door and see if we cannot figure out what's wrong with this latch and get this door open today. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm inside the Bronco now. It's going to be hard to kind of film all this since the door's stuck shut. It's going to be kind of tight. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this window crank off. I need to tighten the end up. But Phillips screw, I'm going to pull it off. And then comparing it to the passenger door, it seems like there's like 3 10mm bolts that hold this on. They're probably not actually 10s. They're probably a standard. But I got to get this off and that off. And I believe this whole door card will pop off. Maybe a screw or two in the latch in here, but I'm not for sure. So let's get some stuff taken off, see if we can get this door open. So I got the armrest off, the window crank off, and the latch out. 3 3/8 bolts hold the armrest on, Phillips screw for the window crank, and 2, I used a 9mm. I don't know what that would be in standard, but for these 2 nuts, I'm assuming now we just got to pop this door card off. Alright, so let's see if we can get this door card off. We'll try to pry at it very gently. And see if I can locate where the clips are. So you got one there. We got one over here. We'll just pop all the clips off of this door card so we can get into this door panel. Some of them are going to be kind of hard to get to. Just going to move the seat back any further out of the way. No, not really. Okay. Figure that out later. I'm going to see how I can get this off. Trying to do it with the door stuck shut, it's kind of a pain. I'm going to take a cut here. I'm going to have to lay up all upside down and all kinds of different ways to be able to get this panel off. So give me just a few minutes and I'll get back with you once we have the door part. Alright, so I got the door card off. A little bit of work trying to get around that through it. All it's held on by is these little spring clips. Pretty neat. Looks a lot different than what they use nowadays on door panels. So missing a few in a few places, but I imagine this is not the first time this has been off. Especially seeing the duct tape on the door. So I'm gonna get this opened up. This paper will just peel off and we'll see what we can get in there to access, see if we can figure out why this door won't open. Alright, so I got the door open. I'm not really sure what I did, but I know that whenever the door stopped opening, what happened is when we were pulling the trailer, I pushed the lock rod down and tried to open it from the interior handle, and it did not pull the rod back up. So I got in here to the door latch. See if I can get you in there to focus on it. So I got in here to the door latch, and all I did was move some stuff around, and all of a sudden the rod popped back up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray this with a bunch of WD-40 or something and try to lube all this up and clean it out and see if it'll just keep working from now on. So I'm gonna spray this down and then we'll put this door back together. Alright, so now we're gonna start putting this door back together. I got it propped open. I don't think this is gonna go back in there too well. Yeah, we're gonna leave this out for now. Later, I'll get some sound deadening and put in. Okay. So we got the door card. It's got these clips on the back. And you want to make sure all 3 of these are still in the door. One of mine on the passenger side fell out. So I did the same process on the passenger door. We did the latch. So now we're going to put this card back on. So we're going to line up the tabs. Some of you will have to squeeze to get them back in the holes. It is fairly difficult to get them all in, especially when this door doesn't have very many left. work my way around trying to get all the clips in the door to get this card back on. Rock fell out. So this one on the bottom does not want to go back in its home. There it went. So the card is now back on. I found my parts here. First thing we'll do to put it back in, pop this little cover back on, and you got your interior handle. We're gonna make sure it's down and it goes underneath the cable in the door. So that's back in place. And you put the two nuts back on the bottom. They're pretty small, so I'm not going very tight with them. Now we have to put back on the armrests. So I'm going to run, I'm going to start each bolt one at a time. Here's my first one. And I'll just work my way through each one. I'll start all three first, because you can see in between to line them up. Once I have all three started, I'll tighten the armrest up. Now I'll tighten all three bolts up. Now we'll take our window crank and line it up about where it used to be before we took it off. It's right around there. It's got one Phillips bolt. It goes in the same. Don't like that position. We're going up just a little bit more. Set it a position you're happy with. The one I'm going to go with, about right here. And there you have it. The door's back together, card's back on, and now we have working doors. So that's all I'm going to do for today's part. It's kind of a quick all I'm going to do for today's part, kind of a quick part of this video. So next thing we're going to be doing, I believe, is we're going to be trying to get some of the brakes free. The passenger front brake on this thing is locked up. So I'm going to see if I can get it loose. Got to take the hubs off in the front to do that. So we're going to get after that in the next part. So like and subscribe, and leave me any comments on what I should do to this thing. Any ideas or anything you see I'm doing, just give me some recommendations and things y'all want to see.